I did just see an image on Twitter of a picture of Hex Maniac happy that they're making a new Gex game. They're not actually making a new Gex game, but this is just a fan art image of this
on Hex's Gex.
You know what? I just put it to it. She's a Gex Perfect. Maniac.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Well,
because she's a. I'm sorry to burst your bubble on this, but yeah, that fan art means that they're making a pun.
Yeah, I did put that together just now, but it's very funny. It is very funny, and I think it's funny. I like it. I like the funny joke. Okay.
Joke is goofy.
Yeah, little comedy for all of y'all. I hope there's no Gex. I hope they never make another Gex. If they make another they made 2 Bubsy games recently.
God, please don't make more Gex games. I don't think I could.
All right, we need.
They're perfect where they are.
I'm gonna stop right here, right now, and I'm gonna stop talking about it because we willed Bubsy back into existence, and we can't do that with Gex. We absolutely did that. There was a while where Ryan was talking about Bubsy all the fucking time. You can't do it again. We're not doing it again. Okay.
Wait, didn't Ryan also will Borat 2 into existence?
I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. We need to.
Oh, God.
We seem to have some kind of power. Chooch and their associates seem to have some form of power over the universe. In that, if we talk about a shitty, dumb old thing enough, it comes back. So we need to not talk about Gex because it does only seem to be bad shit. It does only seem to be like awful bad old shit. So.
What a miserable superpower to have control over the cultural zeitgeist, but only from the waste bucket.
Yeah.
You can only do just cringe crap stuff. You can only will that into existence. You can never will anything good into existence.
I mean,
it's very bad.
we gotta enforce our powers. We gotta reinforce and try to build this podcast as a force for good, not evil.
Yeah.
All right.
We should talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Today.
We might just do that. But folks, hello, welcome to the Video Game Choo Choo Podcast. It's me, John. Hi.
Wow, that was like a single solo acoustic fanfare.
Okay. I was just kind of hollering, but whatever works.
It had some sing-song quality to it.
It was very exciting.
Thank you. Okay.
20th Century Fox John.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, it had the whole thing. You were right there.
Okay. Hello, Solon.
Hey, how's it going?
I couldn't tell you.
I didn't know it was a secret.
It's not a secret, it's just I don't know what the hell. I don't know why I decided to do the 20th Century Fox song or anything like that. But anyway, Christine, you're also here.
I am. I'm here.
Christine, I feel like we've got to, do a dating sim-esque mini game or something to unlock the qualities of John's heart tonight so that he can finally express how he feels today.
But I'm terrible at those.
I asked him how he's doing, and I'm realizing that we don't have the kindness coins put into my relationship with John to unlock how he's doing.
Oh, I mean, I'm fine. I'm just going for it. That's all. I'm just sitting here. I'm just hanging out. I'm a little tired because I ate a pretty big burger before we started. It was a turkey burger, so it wasn't.
That'll put you right out.
It wasn't horrible for me. At least I don't think so. Turkey is better than beef, right?
Yeah.
Okay, but
it's poultry.
Yeah, turkey does still fuck you up. Turkey makes you tired. I don't know if that's actually true or not, but I did eat some turkey, and now I'm tired. So
rolling into the podcast, a sleepy boy.
Yeah, this is just the Thanksgiving mood. It's November. We're feeling Thanksgiving.
This is the first podcast of November, and you've already downed one turkey sandwich, huh?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just getting ahead of this curve. Y'all are slow. I mean, I had one of those turkey sandwich things from Wawa. That's pretty good.
Ooh.
That's good. It's just it's turkey, and then you could put whatever kind of potatoes on it. I get sweet potatoes because sweet potatoes are the best. And then
it's in the name.
And then some a some cranberry, whatever the hell that's called, the fucking the sauce, cranberry sauce. Yeah, it's just some cranberry sauce. And then it's just that on a sandwich, and it's pretty good. But yeah, we could talk about whatever we want to talk about, you know? I feel like this is a very, like, loose, very just wild episode so far, so, I guess I could try to put some reins on it and, control it, get it down, you know? Whoa, Bessie, whoa! You know,
Yeah.
Christine, you have, like, 17 things on here.
Well, I mean, I've got, like, 5 things on here, but...
Well, she's the only one out of us keeping up with the AAA zeitgeist, keeping up with, you know, what's new in video games.
You know, I'm the AAA person. I just finished an Ubisoft game that came out last week, and I have a fucking Ubisoft game that comes out in 3 days. So, you know,
Right.
But yeah, I finished Watch Dogs. We finished it last week. It's about to be updated because it turns out they threw a turf into one of their frickin' radio shows. So they're removing her.
One of the in-game radio podcast type things?
Yep. In-game podcast. They brought in a turf to talk about how fascism is bad, which is, you know, maybe you shouldn't bring in a turf to talk about how it's bad that people want to control people's lives because, you know, fuck turfs.
Do you think it was an accident? Do you think it wasn't like a pure accident? Did they just like, is this person like well known or like what? I don't want to like bring attention to them or anything, but like, do you think this was a genuine mistake, or do you think they're just like, we made a boo-boo now, we have to cover it up?
With the way they did a lot of things with this game, it feels like it was a mistake. I mean, half the music in the game was sourced from, you know, the, what's his name? Joseph Gordon-Levitt's little hit record thing. And instead of actually crediting the musician, it just says song title hit record, as if hit record was the musician that made it. And it's like, no, fuck you. Credit the goddamn musician, you fucking assholes. Which was honestly my biggest fear with the hit record stuff, and of course it came true. Not directly crediting the musicians, but crediting Joseph Gordon-Levitt's hit record. But I did finish the game, and it's done. My opinion from last week holds. Now that I'm done with the game and there's no like story stuff it's trying to tell anymore, it is a lot more fun. Like it's a genuinely like fun game to play on hard difficulty. Normal was way too easy once you get a handle on strategies to sneak into a place. Hard, a little more complicated. You know, you have to think a little bit more. It's still really easy, but like with permadeath on and on hard difficulty, it's a genuinely like good stealth experience for a game. And you know, it still holds all the same problems with the character interactions feeling weird, because they'll interact with each other on the map, but like you'll have two people that hate each other when you run across each other just in the open world, but if you tag off, they'll have a super friendly like, hey, what's up, my best friend? And it's like, literally that person just called you a fascist when you walked past them on the open world 5 minutes ago.
Don't worry about it.
Have you ever tried to, you know, build your own narrative around that?
That's what I'm doing now. And as I said,
last week you told a story about a like 18-year-old woman whose profile said that she was 70.
Yeah.
And how that looked like a mismatch in the whole Watch Dogs canon. But what if she's like, you know, hacked the Watch Dogs machine?
Yeah.
So that she gets, I don't know, government aid for seniors or something.
That's the kind of thing I've been doing. Like,
Oh shit!
those are the kind of things.
Okay.
Like, as I said, it's a much better game now that the story part of it is out of the way. Because now I actually am just making my own stories in the open world. Like, there's still just a lot of really weird things with them not factoring in, like, how characters would interact with each other even being on the same team. Like, last week I told the story about how I had one character murder another's cousin and then hand it off to the other character, and they just have a cutscene like they're best friends passing off, "Oh, go have fun. I'll see you later, bestie." You know, kind of crap.
Yeah, any updates from that story? That sounded nuts.
The character that killed the other character's cousin died. And then I immediately, you switch character, you know, it immediately tells you have to switch to one of your other people that you've recruited. So I switched to the character whose cousin was killed, and the first words are, what terrible news, it's so sad they died. You know, kind of like giving last rites to a person you should fucking hate. Like, I should make that handoff, and the character should go, "Oh, good riddance, that fucker's finally dead." You know, instead it's, "Oh, I'm so sad and upset my friend died. They shot your cousin in the back of the head." What? And you know they did this. That kind of thing still infuriates me, but overall it is a much better game now that I am telling the stories instead of the game.
And do they give you enough tools to tell those stories? 'Cause
Yeah.
you're not just wandering around kind of like, all right, I'll play with my, dolls, I guess, that are
Like
the entire city of London.
Yeah, whenever you recruit a new character, it gives you a it gives you a short couple phase long mission where it'll be like, "Oh, this person hates, this person's been trying to, or it'll be like, "Oh, this person's been hacking the hospital. We need to go stop them." And you'll go to the hospital and you'll hack into the system to see what their hack is. And it turns out that person you were trying to recruit is actually, you shouldn't be stopping them. You should be helping them because they're trying to, lessen people's medical debt and things like that. Or something.
Oh, that actually sounds sick as hell.
And it's like, there's some really cool things in there where those kinds of stories are actually fun, because it's like, oh yeah, I actually want to help this person.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it gives you just enough about the characters and their sort of stat sheet that there's enough for me to go, okay, I'm going to put this character looks cool, so I'm going to put him on my recruit list, and then I'm going to look up their info. And some of the time it's like, oh yeah, clearly this person is like questioning their gender or something like that. It's something interesting in their stat sheet from looking up what they've Googled recently. I'm sorry, noodled, because it's that world.
Oh, okay.
And like that stuff continues, and now that is the only story that's being told, that's pushing things. I'm having a much more interesting time with the game. Like, it's like, I would genuinely call it a worthwhile game if you like that kind of thing. If you're after a Watch Dogs narrative, because you really liked the first two, it's not good. It's not good at all. But at least they don't talk about Aiden Pierce like a god.
That's always a plus. Let's look at it from, an Ubisoft perspective. What would you say would be the long tail of this Watch Dogs? Does it have do you think it's got a lot of options to kind of grow out over the next year or two?
Yeah, I do. Like, I think they
that's
could
where
definitely...
I feel like the magic would be in a 2020 Watch Dogs type of world.
Yeah. Like they could definitely fix some of the issues. Like, Like, they've already said what the DLC is, kinda. Like, they've said there's going to be an Aiden Pierce DLC, which... Excuse me as I make fart noises, because, fuck, who cares?
I felt the energy of you putting two fingers to the wind and doing the big British swear.
And then there's going to be one for Wrench, which I'm actually pretty stoked for, because Wrench in Watch Dogs 2 was pretty cool. And then there's a DLC pack for an assassin from Assassin's Creed Assassins.
All right.
Firmly establishing that they're in the same world again, because they've had Abstergo in all three games, but like now I don't know. It's their DLC doesn't leave me excited, but the way they update games and the way some of the diegetic storytelling has happened since I finished the game has me actually like, okay, I'm excited for where this game could go in the future.
Oh yeah, no, this is one of those things where you could see like a small patch make a huge difference.
Yeah.
Where they could add in an extra layer of the systems and you'd go, wow, I can play with this a lot.
Yeah, just something that fixes that weird feeling of, like, even though they are part of the same collective, like, they should not always get along when they're together. It's like, I want one of my team to walk up to another of my team and fucking punch him in the face for being an asshole. If I go out and I kill 30 people and you've got somebody on the team who is somewhat of a pacifist, and I have one character that is like, oh, they are an extreme pacifist, so every time I've done a mission with them, I have just used the robot, not knocked a single person out, and just like stealthed my way through entire sections. And it was like the coolest shit, because it's like, this is in character for this person. Like, they should fucking hate somebody that walked in and gunned down 70 people. You know, it's...
Now, you've come back to these kind of extreme versions of things. I've always thought of it from the other angle, though. The this is a video game world at the end of the day angle.
Yeah.
And, like, there should kind of be a little bit of a grace to it.
Yeah.
Now I know you've brought some. You last week you brought together a story about where you dropped a package that accidentally ended up being a bomb onto a bunch of innocent civilians. Which, oopsies. And I always thought of that, like, if that happened and you weren't even around to see it, and it put a mark on your record that says, "Oh, you're a violent terrorist organization now." Yeah, I don't know if that would necessarily be the answer either.
And not just that, it marks that specific member of DedSec. Like, It is literally like Operative Christine Markelshaub murdered cousin. Like, murdered name with cousin in parentheses. It literally like marks that for every person you kill or KO. Mm-hmm. It, like, marks that your character did that, unless they were completely not seen.
And so, I just don't know where there's, like, a middle ground there where they've got to give you a little bit of grace in case, open world game accidents happen.
Yeah.
But also, I understand your other view that's like, hey, I've been GTA shooting people for, like, an hour and a half. I really am trying to be the bad guy.
Like honestly, I feel like if you do that, like, purposefully, it should just kick that, like, be like, oh, character was kicked out of DedSec, swap to a new one. Like, because their entire thing is like, we don't, like, every ability you have to buy a weapon that doesn't come with a character, like, some characters will be like, I'm a gun enthusiast, and they'll have a cool shotgun or whatever. All the guns that you can make as DedSec are non-lethal. There is only one lethal weapon you can make, and that's a drone that just shoots people in the face. That just shoots out and hits people and hits them like a car. But So, like, all your options are non-lethal. So, it's like, it's just really weird. It feels really, like, at odds with itself.
Thank you for the run-through, and Solon, thank you for, I guess, running through that as well, because,
Oh, it fascinates me. This is one of Ubisoft's weirdest releases that I've ever seen.
It's really fucking weird.
Solon, you want to talk about something?
Sure. Yeah, I've also been playing some new games lately.
That's good. What's up? What are you playing?
I have gotten out of the Final Fantasy XIV hole, gotten out of the Castlevania hole. We could talk about that another time, maybe.
Okay.
But there's been some new games coming out that are much smaller. A lot of small indie games have been coming out because all these bigger games are either massively huge in ways that I'm not entirely interested in, or they're a bunch of smaller releases, just things that have been kind of on the fringes that I've gotten to get a pick and choose and find some things that I really liked. Mm-hmm. One of them was this new game that just came out. It's called Pixel Puzzle Makeout League, which is a big mouthful of a name, and I've played the demo of it, and it's on Switch, and it's been really nice. It's sweet and cute in a way that I wasn't expecting. The idea of this whole game is that you are a superhero who's in a dating sim with other superheroes, but all of your superhero friends, all their powers, are doing puzzles. And your main character, Pixel Girl, is that she does pixel puzzles, or as we know them, probably Picross.
Okay.
So the entire game, you're actually just doing Picross puzzles while making some little light decisions on who you're going to spend your days with to do dating sim type things. And, you can date a crossword person, you can date a Sudoku person, you can date a chess person, and all of these little bits kind of run together and to make a very campy, very light, and usually very silly dating sim type of story that I was not sure I was going to be into, but once I got through all of the little Picross puzzles, it was just like, I'm going to play through this the entire way because this is fun and cute, and the thing that actually charmed me more than anything wasn't even the dating sim elements or the Picross, which are both. The Picross is really, hey, you can't really mess up Picross. That shit's
really
good.
Can't. You really can't.
No one's ever fucked that up. Picross owns. But they even teach you some little Picross tips that were super helpful.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's one of the things I liked about, like, Murder by Numbers was another one of those that's just, like, really good idea for a VN Picross game.
Yep. I don't think there's a way you could even go wrong with this. But the thing that actually got me about Pixel Puzzle Makeout League was that it is so easy to play. It has all of the, little tiny ease of usability features that I would expect from not only a dating sim, but also a Picross type game that just was like, wow, I can do anything with this. I can either make my X's and my O's and all the Picross things, but also I can maneuver the text on the screen and go back a long ways through the text in case I missed something. I can rerun lines and all of that stuff, and it all looks clean. It all feels nice. All of the transitionary effects between places, which are usually the places where a lot of dating sims kind of, not necessarily slack on, but just like they don't really have too much of an answer for. It's just like, all right, you go to a game over screen now. Okay, you transition to the next screen. Just wipe the screen to the next scene, and we'll get on with it. This game, Pixel Puzzle, has got all of that figured out, and it all looks super clean. It feels like this game has been I'm pretty sure, because I've seen it on the con circuit at PAXs and stuff for the last couple of years. They've been working on this for a long time, and the details on the sides really show how much love they've put into this game. Which is kind of funny because a lot of the other parts are really campy. The probably the most campy and weirdest part is that between all of these cute, like, hand-drawn characters. One of them is just an anthropomorphic puzzle piece.
All right.
That looks like a weird mascot, but definitely comes off as supposed to be a funny joke that they are intentionally taking to the furthest extreme. And that sets the tone for a lot of the kind of like goofy, campy parts of it. But other than that, I mean, everything else is so clean and easy to use and fun to play with that I'm just like, yeah, I want to see how campy this whole thing gets. It's so lighthearted that I'm like charmed instead of cringed or creeped out. And so, yeah, I'm having a great time with that.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, like
glad
you said,
to finally get back onto like the Switch marketplace. See, like, hey, there's a new game that's out. Oh, it's some Picross stuff. All right, great. Let's play with this. And then they've got a demo out, and so I ran through the demo and was like, oh, hey, this is actually kind of exactly the mood that I need right now.
Just give me more Picross. That's all I need. Just keep giving me Picross. I gotta get back to playing that. I gotta get back to playing that Pokemon Picross leaked thing that, or I would love to try it if it existed. I don't know. That'd be weird. Whatever. Speaking of Pokemon, I'll be honest, I haven't really been gaming that much as I would want to, so I have been gaming, but
oh, you've been gaming?
It's not really things that I can talk about too much because it's like, okay, I played more No More Heroes. No, yep. I don't really have much more to talk about there. I keep playing Pokemon.
Yep.
I don't have too much to talk about there, except like, oh my god, the Crown Tundra raids are so much fun, and I love them a whole lot. And I got a fucking shiny Pheromosa. So...
Oh, whoa.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. It's good. I love running through it. I love getting shinies. It's very, very good. I love it.
Did they do any changes with the raids? Because before, the raid system was nice, interesting, but also really bulky when you had AI characters with you that kind of sucked. So, the way that it's done now, and you can run through it with AI and all that, which you shouldn't, because it's pretty simple. So they still have the regular raids, they still have the dens that you go to, and they still do it's the exact same thing. But there's a new mode where you do 4 battles in a row, I want to say. I think it's 4. And at the end of it is a legendary. And instead of using your own Pokemon, you're actually renting. You start off with a rental, and then with each battle, there's like branching paths. So you start off and it's like you'll fight a water type or an electric type, and you can sometimes kind of tell what the Pokemon is, sometimes you can't because it's like covered up with a mist. And then once you catch that Pokemon, you have a chance of adding it to your party, like because it says like you basically roll need to get the Pokemon. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, I see where this is going.
Yeah, and so you just go through with your rental Pokemon, and they don't heal after the battle unless you, specifically choose a path that has berries on it, and then that'll heal them. Or you can run into, I think, there's a backpacker where you can get a hold item, and then your Pokemon will have that hold item, which is like a leftovers, or like an electric terrain berry, or a Lepa berry, whatever, all that stuff. Or then there's a scientist who is just basically an extra need roll for another rental Pokemon, except you don't get to know what it is. It's just random. And so it's just about going through those fights and figuring out, okay, who's going to Dynamax, so that we can get the most damage done and all that. But the nicest part of it is that there's no shields. So you don't have to worry about you don't have to worry about grinding through the max shields and all that shit. It's a lot more simple. It's challenging, but not overly challenging. So it's the kind of thing that you can just do while you're doing something else. It's like it is definitely like a podcast or like a TV show. Like, oh, I'm watching the show. I can also do this at the same time.
You are making it sound like Game Freak may have actually played a video game that is not Pokemon.
Yeah. So
because this sounds great.
It's very good. It's very good. I love it a lot. I would say the only thing that I would complain about, which I kind of get what they're doing, but also because when you run into a Pokemon down there, you don't know if it's shiny until after you're done with the full event.
Oh, huh.
Like when you pull out of there, then you'll see all the Pokemon you caught, which you should catch all of them, because they can all be shiny, and they're all automatic catches. So you can just throw Pokeballs. You don't have to worry about like catch rates or anything. Just like buy a shit ton of Pokeballs before you go in there, because like regular ass Pokeballs. So you go down there and you come back out, and like the only thing is that like, okay, this is a small problem, but it's a John problem. If I want a certain Pokemon in a certain ball, and the ball is really rare, I don't know if it's shiny. And you can only catch one of each legendary. So, but the good thing is that if you run into it and you either lose or you catch it and you don't want to take it with you because it's not shiny or whatever, you can just tell the lady at the front of the den, yeah, I want to write down where it is. So you can just keep on doing that same run over and over again with the same legendary. Like, it's not the exact same run. Like, there will be different Pokemon before the legendary, but you'll always have the same legendary at the end. But it's like, if I want to catch, like Necrozma in a Safari Ball, it is a 0.1% chance to get a Safari Ball from the, from the Cramorant, the Cramomatic thing. You can't do that, because like there's a chance that it's a 1 in 300 chance for Pokemon to be shiny, if you don't have the charm. But if you do, it's only 1 in 100, which is like really amazing odds. But like I would love to like know that it's shiny before I throw a ball, so I could use a weird Pokeball. But the best that you can do really is just like, oh, hey, I have a legendary and a Pokeball, or, oh, I used a Premier Ball, or if you're just really lucky, you'll throw something rare and it'll be shiny, but, it's just hard to get your hands on those rare balls, and that's kind of annoying, but, again, it's such a small complaint that is just I'm a freak, and I want to have a shiny Necrozma in a dive ball or something just because I think it's funny.
I think it's totally valid that you should, in this game by this point, be able to change out what Pokemon's in what Pokeball. Since unlocking the different types of Pokeball is already such a big task.
Yeah. Oh, well.
I think that'd be very cool.
I still like it.
You are valid, John. I think that this problem is an important one.
Yeah. Well, that's pretty much that. That's all I really have to say. On that. But yeah, like I have games sitting here that I could be playing, but I'm not playing them because I'm just playing those games. And
John, you're here every week. You don't have to play video games every week.
I guess
that's okay.
I mean, there is a game that I never played before that I have been playing, but I can't talk about it because it would be spoilers.
Dangerous.
It
That's
would be
exciting.
Spoilers. Yeah, it would be spoilers. I don't know when that will be revealed. Ask Scott. I'll just say that much. Just ask Scott.
The danger has just escalated for me. My meter has just like risen. My temperature has rose.
All right. Well.
This is a Scott project, huh?
Yeah, it's a Scott and I project. But I mean, it could be more folks. We can have people join in. That's the fun thing about it. But we can talk about that later, once it's revealed to the masses, I guess. It's just, again, it's whenever Scott's done with it. But there you go. Christine, go ahead. Do something else from your list of insanity.
Okay, I will do something else for my list of insanity. For
you got
some
any secret
reason,
games you can't talk about that you want to?
What?
You got any secret games that you want to talk about that you can't?
Secret games that I want to talk about that I can't. I played this game called Neo 1. For some reason, playing Neo 2 made me want to go back to the first one. And
this is like your favorite game this year. You keep talking about Neo.
Neo 2 is game of the life. But Neo 1 is like, I don't know. I was just feeling like, one of my friends was like, "Oh, I have that on PSN. Is that any good?" And I had kind of been so long since I played it that I was like, "Hey, I'll jump back in and let you know." And I jumped back in, and that's still a pretty solid game. Neo 1, if you can't get Neo 2, still worth playing. Not half as good as Neo 2, but still a really good game. And well worth playing.
Nice.
And I figure I should just toss in some news here about another game I have been playing on and off over the last few months because it's bad, but actually kind of fun now that the story part is out of the way. But Avengers lost Square a metric boatload of money because it did not sell well.
Oh, and really?
It doesn't surprise me.
How big of money could Marvel's Avenger possibly lose Square?
Like 6.4 billion yen?
Oh,
that's a lot of money.
It cost $10 million to make and sold like 3 million copies. It's actually kind of sad because it's not the worst game. But yeah, it doesn't surprise me that it didn't sell well because it's the most mediocre game that could be good.
It's weird that even Marvel's Avengers being what it is, and even us, I feel like there's still the presence, the ever-looming specter of the movie tie-in game franchise that makes people hesitant to buy things like what would be called Marvel's Avengers.
Well, it doesn't help that the beta they put out played like ass.
Sure.
And then all their advertising for it was genuinely terrible. Like,
there's so many reasons for people to jump off of buying this game that they put so much energy and time and effort into, a Herculean task to make something that they could just generically call Marvel's Avengers.
Square Enix's Marvel's The Avengers.
Eesh. I'm seeing the wiggle room there for them to make another Avengers game without any of these guys involved.
Yeah, it's kind of sad because
it seems sad.
There's a game there that isn't terrible. It's very Ubisoft. Like, I hope they treat it like Ubisoft and just don't completely give up on it, but it's Squaresoft, so they probably will.
Yeah.
Or Square Enix, sorry. There's that's the problem is, there is potentially a game there where if they treated it like Ubisoft did with Rainbow Six Siege, which was terrible when it came out and then became the biggest fucking game in the world. Because they just kept supporting it even though, maybe it's hard to justify supporting it this level, but it's good you did because it made you more money. And turned it into a good game. So, I don't know. It's one of those things where I'm not celebrating its failure. It actually makes me kind of sad, but it's also kind of funny with how bad they rolled that out, how genuinely horrible the early game is. And it could be something more. It makes me sad that it's not.
Well, that sucks for Square, haha.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh well.
Little bit.
They rolled their dice on Marvel's Avengers, and yeah, I don't know how Square was thinking that they were going to come out on top on this. Because there was no point in which this seemed like it was a good idea for Square specifically. I mean, maybe some other publisher could have pulled something together with a different team of people, but Square doing a big open world game.
It's not even an open world game, really.
And it isn't. It just ends up being a kind of adventure game where you just romp through.
You have a bunch of big levels or smaller levels that are just buildings inside those levels. And you go in, you do your level for 25, 30 minutes, and then you go into the map screen and you go do another.
There's so many other folks that I feel like could have been working on this and doing something within their own wheelhouse that would have been much more interesting. But hey, they wanted to, go big, and this is what they get for it.
You go big or go home. They chose to go home.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, there you go. Solon, do you want to go off? I feel like you want to go off. You played
John,
a lot of Castlevania games.
I want to go off.
All right, then go.
You know what's weird about it being like November 8th now? It's Halloween just ended.
It did.
I've never seen Halloween end so suddenly, as if everyone was just fed up and tired of being in Halloween world. And that's not usually, like, it doesn't feel so stark where everyone's like, oh, finally, just put up the Christmas decorations. Let's get this fucking over with. I've never seen people rush into the, like, November, December holiday seasons so quickly and easily. But something about this October where people started celebrating Halloween, they started getting Halloweenified in, like, as early as August. I saw people like being like, all right, I'm ready for 2 months of Halloween. Let's do this, which seemed like such a good idea at the time.
It wasn't.
Maybe it was, but man, after October 31st, after Halloween night.
Done.
And that's how I spent all of October playing every single Castlevania game. We finished the last one on the 31st.
Wow.
And after playing Castlevania for 4 weeks straight,
yes,
like no breaks,
God,
I actually want to play more. I'm actually kind of sad to see Halloween done and people trying to move on because I had a blast. I had an unbelievable time just getting to play through an entire library of Konami's work when they were at their peak. And then even when they were on this kind of like waning, backpedaling, when everything that Konami kind of did through the DS era was like, all right, we're going to try to pump as much money out of these different Konami franchises they had, and the Bemani, like, rhythm games. During that era, there was a lot of Konami games coming out, a lot of DDR games coming out, a lot of Castlevania games, and they were pumping them out, like, yearly on every possible conceivable outlet they could come up with. And even those were really good. They weren't, some of them were like, had points of weakness or kind of felt like cheaper versions of what could have been much bigger games. But they were still fun. They were fun and had a lot to offer, and getting to go through every platformer game kind of built this this understanding of like, wow, this is really what inspired so many different parts of industries. So many different game developers came from playing these Castlevania games, and I can now finally put it together. Like, wow, a huge part of games thinking comes from playing games like Rondo of Blood, playing Castlevania 3, and seeing, like, it makes so much sense. And seeing that the only things that we've gotten to play with since then are things like Bloodstained, the one that just came out this last 2 years, was like, that's weird that it's just kind of gone. Yeah. And so I finally understand. I'm now at that level where all the other Castlevania fans are at. And then to later on get to the Igavania games, the Metroidvania style RPGs where you're going to build a character. You're not going to just get hit 4 times and die and lose a life and then have to reload a life somewhere at an earlier part in the level. No. Now we want you to play as one character who doesn't die and gets more and more powerful throughout the entire game and lives inside of this castle for a long time and gets to see all these different areas. Seeing that become its own genre was like really inspiring. It's like, yeah, this is where this comes from. This not only inspired an entire generation of games, game developers, game industry in and of itself, but also how it inspired the speedrunning industry.
Yeah.
By the end of all of that, I immediately was like, the last game that we played out of all of them was Symphony of the Night, which is the big Castlevania, the first Igavania style game that's in that Metroidvania style.
Right.
We finished that, and I didn't get to see or play a lot of it because we were just how it was going on the stream at the time. I just finished playing a lot of other Metroid or a lot of other Castlevania games at that moment.
Right.
And I immediately was like, yeah, I want to play this again. I want to pick this up. I want to play this one more time. I want to hit it from the start and go all the way to the end as fast as I can.
Yeah.
It clicked for me. It really did. I understand now why so many people speedrun and kind of built and advented speedrunning as an idea through this game specifically.
I mean, you could do that backslide thing with
you could do the backslide.
You could do the backslide.
It was never not funny to hit that button and watch Alucard wheel around on one foot and go brrrt.
That sound, it's very good.
Yeah, no, it was very fun. It was fun clearing out the whole castle 100% and then 200%.
Yeah.
Just, yeah, a very good time. It all ends in a big song and everyone did a big sing along with it. And it was, yeah, it all clicked. And I kind of am like into Castlevania now.
Good.
I would say.
Good.
There was only, I think, two out of the 29 or so that we looked at that I was like, ooh.
Which ones were those?
The first one was the second Lords of Shadow for the PlayStation
God, that
3.
game fucking sucks.
It's very maligned. I understand why. And the cutscenes of it, we watched mostly all of the cutscenes so that we didn't have to interact with the game part of things. And they were trying really hard on making a modern Dracula-type story.
Right.
And it just didn't work. They were out of their mind.
It's so bad.
It starts with this cool opening scene where, like, Dracula gets, like, shot out of his own clock tower, and he gets up and he's in the middle of a metropolitan street, and he almost gets hit by a car after getting shot out of his own Gothic cathedral. And you're like, oh, this rules. Oh, this owns. And then, like, at the end of the game, you're like, you've now summoned some daughter of the devil, and you're supposed to fight the devil, and then the daughter of the devil's like, no, you must fight me. And then credits roll. And I don't know how we got to B to get to C, but I didn't even want to leave A, so why are we here? It was just a mess. A total mess, but they tried hard. I don't know. I don't even think they get that.
No, that one doesn't even get that. Idea. That's just a bad game. Like, the first one, at least you could, push a button to Zobek.
Zobek.
Like,
and then the other one that really just rubbed me the wrong way was Circle of the Moon, which is the first Game Boy Advance game. It launched with the Game Boy Advance. And so the team who made it is the same team who made Castlevania 64.
Yes.
Which wasn't good, but it was pioneering. They were trying some wild stuff. Yeah. And this team kind of gets the short end of the stick every time. It's like they were the canary in the coal mines trying to pioneer the N64 and then the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, and they very much were the, like, we're going to cast them out and we're going to have them just figure it out. Because, like, for Castlevania 64, like, nobody working on that game had ever made a 3D game before.
Yep.
And I mean, it was a combination of, oh, this is a new idea, but also we're just not going to hire anyone or like train them. They just got thrown out. They got sent out to the sharks on that one, and that's why the second N64 one, the like expansion version or whatever, you play as the werewolf guy. That's why it's better, because they actually like learned it. They learned how to make 3D games. But then,
they took a second stab at Castlevania 64, and it went much cleaner.
Exactly.
I actually looked at that one after playing a little bit of the first one, and it was like, oh, this makes so much sense now.
Yeah, it's not like amazing, but it's definitely a step up. And I feel like a lot of people actually really like Circle of the Moon, and I don't fully get it, because the way that it feels, and again, like, I understand, but I also just don't want to play it, because it feels like they wanted to make a Symphony of the Night style map and like progression, but they wanted it to play like classic Vania, and it just does not feel right at all. It does not feel good. It feels
like the worst of both worlds in a lot of ways.
Yeah, I agree completely. It is very much just like, we're doing as best as we can here, but it's not really turning out very well. And then Iga came in and was like, all right, you fuckers, I'm gonna make an actually good one, and then made Aria of Sorrow, and it's like, okay, yeah, no, we just need to have Iga make these.
Yeah.
That said, the storyline is very much, you're like looking for your boyfriend throughout the whole game, which is funny. And then he's like turning on you, but also not turning on you. It's a very silly and short story that I enjoyed. And the card system in that was a good idea that was just seemed implemented a little bit poorly.
A little bit.
It's not a horrible idea, yeah.
That's the thing, is like one of the cards that's supposed to be like one of the endgame broken cards is, hey, we'll let you do a bunch of random stuff, including getting 20% XP boost as long as you have this set of cards equipped. Mm-hmm. Which is like, oh, that's cool. Honestly, I wish it was 30, because by the time you get to the end game, 20% is not going to feel like a lot, and it's just going to be a grind anyways, so might as well, feel free to break this system. That's what they're here for.
Yeah.
And it doesn't quite get there. It's like, it's too balanced. And that's the only problem with like Circle of the Moon's card system. Mm-hmm. If that system was more like freely unbalanced, unhinged, I think that game would actually be much more fun.
Yeah, it's very reserved. It's very, like, that game is the equivalent of sticking your foot in the pool and going, ooh, it's cold, over and over again.
That's exactly the feeling.
And Aria of Sorrow was Iga, like, pushing you fully into the pool, and you're just like, oh, that wasn't that bad.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Yeah.
It even happens in the music, which oh my god, hey, spending an entire month just listening to Castlevania music is not bad time.
Yeah, that's really good. There's a lot of amazing Castlevania music. Yeah. I am glad that you
like Simon's Quest, not a good game, but you get to listen to Bloody Tears over and over and over and over and over, and Bloody Tears in Simon's Quest never gets old. That's the best version of that song.
I had a weird weird time playing Simon's Quest. I liked that game. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I enjoyed it.
I think nowadays, now that it's like physically possible to understand that game, and there's like it has been so documented, and like all the secrets have been passed around, it's not as bad. But like if you played it when you were younger, or like at the very least before the AVGN episode, it was just like, what the fuck is going on? But now that everyone knows about it, now that like it's been ripped to shreds, people know how to maneuver the bullshit in that game, and it's a lot more acceptable. But I'd say if you do want to try that game out, there are actually like fan patches that make that game a lot more palatable, and will like the characters in the towns will actually give you good advice. The pop-ups for the day and night cycle don't take like 10 whole seconds to cycle through. There are patches that make that game way better, that I would say, if you do want to try Simon's Quest, that would be how to do it. But yeah, I mean, so I guess my question, you said the ones you didn't like. What are the ones that are your favorites, I guess? Which one's your favorite classic Vania, and which is your favorite Metroidvania?
Oh God, yeah. So after all of spending all this time in the world, it was weird coming at this entire franchise having the only Castlevania game I'd ever played before this was Castlevania The Adventure, which was a game that I played on the original Game Boy because my dad had like a hand-me-down Game Boy, and then I demolished that Game Boy because I was too young to play a game that stressful.
Yeah, that's no.
Nope. And now that I'm, a little older, a little wiser, I had been avoiding Castlevania games up until this point because I thought they were all like that. And they're not. They're actually normal video games for normal humans. And Castlevania The Adventure is a little bit of an outlier. Another one of those, hey, this came out right when the Game Boy came out, and they were trying stuff.
Yeah.
I actually now have huge respect for that game. And all of the Game Boy games are some of my favorites. Those ones, including The Adventure, I think are really fun, especially with save states with an emulated style, make them really cool. But the ones that just stood out to me like no other was Rondo of Blood. That one was... Oh, and Castlevania 4, which is so weird looking after playing all the other Castlevanias in a row. Castlevania 4 looks super weird, but all of the set pieces they put together are sick. They were so fun. There was also... there was a remake of Castlevania, or not a remake, but a port to, I want to say, like a PC format that we played. And the ZX something, that wasn't good, but it had the best music.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was like the Famicom version of, like the home NES version in Japan for Castlevania. It just had some bops, really good versions of those songs.
Yeah, the Famicom Disk System version of 3 is so perfect.
That was the one, yep. That was the one we made sure to play.
So that was your favorite classic Vania game?
Yep.
Okay, then what about Metroidvania? How are you feeling about that?
Metroidvania, so the one on the PlayStation 1, Symphony of the Night, is definitely the best. It just, it is flawless. It just feels like you are playing a Cadillac of a video game.
Oh, yeah.
Where you can roll it and no matter what port almost you're playing of it, it's going to just go smooth and feel like butter the whole time. But what is mine that's like, you know what, this one's me. This is the game that is for me. This is what the kind of shit that I really like and enjoy, was the second 3DS game, and it's called Mirror of Fate, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Castlevania Mirror of Fate has this big castle that you go through, and it has a bunch of side, like, dungeons that are all attached through Mario 64 ass mirrors, which I think is very funny.
So,
yeah.
Wait, are you sure you're not thinking about Portrait of Ruin?
Portrait of Ruin, thank you. That makes way more sense.
Okay.
Which one's Mirror of Fate? Isn't that Mirror of Fate is the...
That is the one that's like a side story for the like 3D Castlevanias, like the Lords of Shadow or whatever.
That was like the Lords of Shadow one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm thinking of Portrait of Ruin, not Mirror of Fate.
Yeah. Portrait of Ruin whips so much ass.
Yeah,
like,
that game's fucking great.
Yeah, like, I'd say Portrait of Ruin is as close to, Symphony as they ever got. Like, Portrait of Ruin is so fucking good. It's...
Okay.
Yeah.
That makes me feel so much better. I didn't know how other people thought about this game when it came out, because it has a very cutesy anime, like, this is my first anime I ever drew kind of aesthetic to it.
It does have, like, a kind... Like, it feels like Death Note came out and Iga was like, okay, well, I need to make something that's not exactly like Death Note, but, like, it's that kind of thing. It's not as Death Note-y as, like, your Of Sorrows. Because, like, Aria and Dawn of Sorrow, those are, fucking...
Those are moody.
Those are moody. But, it is very anime. You got Jonathan and Charlotte's doing her fucking pose and all that, and, we're just... But it's such a good time. It's such a good time!
It
so
was.
good.
Really enjoyed watching y'all die to death like 30 times in a row.
God, these games all have death in them, and
Yeah.
death rides a weird line the entire series, no matter which one you play, between like, hi, I'm death, I'm this stoic, look, I'm fucking death, what do you want from me, I'm gonna kill stuff, and, oh, I love you, Dracula, please, will you notice me, Dracula? Oh,
Yeah.
Dracula, my boy, I need to revive Dracula. And there's like, there's such a weird transition between the two of those personalities throughout
either-
the games.
It's either Death or Shaft, or a combination of the two that are bringing Dracula back.
Can we combine those somehow and get Death Shaft?
Chef. Seth.
Oh, that's Seth. Yeah, he made Seth.
Seth. All right.
Ship it.
Yeah, there you go.
So yeah, Portrait of Ruin was very fucking cool.
Yeah,
That's probably my favorite of those two.
Oh, I'm glad that I'm not alone in this because I didn't know how people would take that. So cool.
I mean, it's a great
That's
game.
a great game.
I feel like this month was well spent, and that I've really connected a lot of dots on just how people really have come to enjoy video games so much.
Yeah. I would say that I don't think there is a bad Igavania. I think every one of those Iga-made, like, Iga-helmed Castlevania games, the Metrovanias, they're all good. Like, Symphony, both of those Sorrow games, Portrait of Ruin, Order of Ecclesia, like, all of those games are great. Yeah?
Hold up, record scratch right here. You said Order of Ecclesia?
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that one.
You don't like Ecclesia?
Oh,
Okay, before you
They
keep going,
could not
I will
figure
just...
it out.
Yeah, before you keep going, I will say, I get it. I absolutely get it. I think it's a good game, though. I don't think it's bad. It's got problems. I will say,
Yes.
the best version of Order of Ecclesia is Bloodstained. Like, Bloodstained is just Order of Ecclesia tried again, but better. Like, that is what it is. It was just like, yeah, let's make another game where it's a lady with a tattoo on her back, and she can absorb crystal powers. And let's just do it better this time. Like Bloodstained is just Ecclesia 2, and it is definitely better. But
Yeah.
I still think Ecclesia was neat for what it was, and I'm glad that it exists. And I don't think it's bad. But I don't know. I feel like saying it's the weakest of those games is a little unfair. But it's definitely like the weirdest and the most off-putting. It's definitely the worst, the like hardest to sink your teeth into.
Now, I didn't want to put you like on the defense right away or anything when
No, that's fine.
I wanted to pull the record on that one because Order of Ecclesia is the very last like true Castlevania-esque game that people really liked.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And it comes from the end of a long series of Igavania games. This from Symphony of the Night on, the very last one of those series that was published by Konami is Order of Ecclesia.
Yeah.
And so they've had a lot of time to work on this style of game, and this was the first one where I felt like it is, if you don't know much about these kinds of games, it is really inscrutable.
Yeah.
That said, I think it might actually be one of the best ones, because a lot of the stuff they do is actually a lot easier than what they have tried to implement in the previous games. Like, all of the clunky bits from earlier Castlevania games that are of that style were really cleaned up. And it just happened to mean that, hey, if you hadn't played any other Igavania Castlevanias before this point, this is gonna seem completely weird and backwards.
Yeah.
There's a couple of pain points that are very common for people who've played that game for the first time to miss, where if you don't save the villagers, save the main hub townspeople from the crystals in the dungeons, because maybe you don't run across the room that they're hiding in, it ends up making the entire game much harder to complete, because the game keeps scaling upwards in difficulty, expecting you to have hit these spots and to go through it, go through each of these levels multiple times, trying to clean up every single part of it. And so after playing it, we had a really rough time playing it, and we ended up it being one of the only ones that we didn't beat 100% for the good ending and everything. We ended up just taking our death at the very end of the like first big boss fight, where they like sacrifice you to the devil or whatever, and they're like, all right, we've cured Draculaism, game over, you lose. Even though no credits kind of ending, bad ending. We ended up taking that ending as like, all right, we got to stop here because we have messed up somewhere and we don't know how to fix it. So we're just going to move on to the next game. We took that, and after like sleeping on it, after thinking about it for a long time, besides Symphony of the Night, Order of Ecclesia is probably the only other Castlevania that I do definitely want to replay right now.
Yeah.
Because I think that if I took another stab at it, it would not only be a lot more easy, but it would be so much more fun.
I kind of described that game, I think I did it like before or after one of your streams when I was talking to you about it, I described it as the Final Fantasy VIII of Metroidvanias.
Yeah, that's a really good analogy.
Because it's got really fucking weird systems. But once you understand how to use them and how the whole game works together, it's the easiest of all of them.
Yep. Like on the smallest possible scale, it's like if Final Fantasy VIII's systems were like only 10 hours long instead of a bazillion.
Exactly.
But it felt like a really cool game that you could play like 4 or 5 times and just get a lot of love and mileage out of it.
Yeah.
I still stand by what I said, though. I definitely think it's an odd one out in the grand scheme of things.
It's weird.
Yeah. I think it just gets a little too into itself right at the end there.
Yeah.
You fight a guy who shoots the moon out of his gun.
Yeah?
He shoots you with giant-ass moons.
Mm-hmm.
So, Solon, do you want to check out other Metroidvanias after this? Are you still hungry? Because, I mean, I think that, like, at the very least, if you checked out Bloodstained after all this, that would be interesting. And, I'll keep pushing you that you should try Luna Nights. I fucking love Luna Nights.
Luna Nights is great.
I didn't think about how I kind of, like, have unlocked that now.
Yep.
Yeah, I guess you have.
Welcome to Toho.
Oh, no! This was a gateway drug to Toho all along?
Yes.
I don't know if you're gonna do an until we beat Toho, because that sounds like a disaster. But I mean, maybe some of the side games, but definitely not the bullet hells. I think that would kill you
until we watch someone beat Toho.
Yeah. Do one coin clear of fucking. The first one, like, highly receptive to prayers. We gotta do fucking... if I remember correctly, I think highly receptive to prayers isn't even, like, a bullet hell game. I think it's basically a fucking, like a breakout clone.
Yeah.
Which is really weird. I think it took them to, like, the 3rd or 4th game to actually become a bullet hell, which is very funny.
Where's the Picross Toho? Maybe I could do that one.
There's probably a Toho Picross game. They just put out a Rhythm Bubble Bobble clone for Toho.
Yep. Oh, I saw that. That looks so good.
What's
that called?
I don't remember what it's called, but that's the great thing about Toho is that I don't think it's like fully public domain, but it's basically public domain because the guy who made Toho, Zun, like Toho is like a Dojin game. It is like made to be a fan game, and he's not like a super out there lefty, but he's pretty leftist, and he's just out there like, yeah, if you want to make Toho stuff, it's fine. Do what you want, like he wants people to make money off of that. Like, as long as people aren't like trying to say that their characters are canon or whatever, like, that's fine. But like, you can use the characters for whatever you want as long as it's not like hateful or anything. He doesn't care.
Yeah, Toho Spell Bubble, which is like a rhythm game version of Puzzle Bobble.
Right.
It looks
weird.
So cool. Into this.
Yeah, I mean, like that's why Toho Luna Nights happened, because like, they just did it. They didn't really need to ask for permission. Like, Team Ladybug just went for it and they made a banger.
Yep.
All right, John, I think maybe you've won this round.
All right.
I like this idea. Bloodstained and Toho Luna Nights. I think we can actually touch those now.
Luna Knights is a short game, but you know, it's all killer no filler, as they say.
I want to throw them knives.
Yeah,
Bloodstained might actually be my favorite Igavania. Like, I just really love the way that
cool.
game plays. I
want to kill the lady that comes out of the big bloodbath tub.
They're making her playable.
What?
Yeah.
There is no part of any of these Castlevania games and all of the history of this series where getting to play as another character doesn't absolutely rule.
It is so weird, but like, yeah, I just remember when I finished Symphony of the Night, I didn't like play all the way through it again, but I remember I just started up like the Richter playthrough, and it is just so much fun, just like sliding around with the kick and all that, and like just running in and doing Hydro Storm and just like all the dumb shit. Like, it's so good. It's so stupid.
Super uppercuts and
yeah.
We played what was the Soma DS, the second Soma DS one?
Dawn of Sorrow.
Dawn of Sorrow. Yeah, Duel of Screen, right. We were exhausted by the end of Dawn of Sorrow, but we saw that you could play as Julius Belmont, I believe.
Yeah.
And we were like, even though we were exhausted of playing this game, we'd just beaten it. It was this big epic ending, and we're like, wow, I'm done. We're good. We don't need to play this anymore. And then Julius unlocked, and we were like, oh, I want to do that. And we just start sliding around the first level and like doing crashes and big cross attacks and stuff. And we're just like, this is so stupid. I love it.
It's very good.
That game knows its shit. All of those, that series, just, they know it.
Yeah.
All right. So, okay. I guess there's something that I can talk about, but okay. I don't ask this as you need to get this done immediately. I'm just trying to be, realistic. Do you think by the time this episode is out, you'd be done editing the video, Solon?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's my plan tomorrow.
Okay, then I guess I'll talk about this. So, I guess I have become a Yugi tuber. My destiny has been fulfilled. I have recorded a video of me opening up Yu-Gi-Oh packs. And not just that, but they were sent to me by Konami.
it feels so legit. It feels so like John sold out to Konami. I am
on the take. I'm on the take now.
Hi, my name's Machonsky Knight.
No.
And I'm here to open up some packs.
No.
Yeah, I know. You're going to be a good Yu-Gi tuber. It's going to be awesome.
I'm going to be the most normal man to open up Yu-Gi-Oh cards ever. I'm just going to be normal about it. I think I was pretty normal on the video where I talk about it. I mean, honestly, we'll see how people feel about it. If y'all don't like it, I'll stop doing it. I'm not too up my own ass. I'm not going to be like, yeah, I'm going to keep doing this. But
I'm going to make sure to really normally edit you.
Thank you.
I'm just going to make John look as normal as possible in the edits.
Thank you.
Yep.
Just have, above my head, just the word normal above it whenever I'm on screen.
Normal John.
Normal.
It'll have
normal
that, sensor on it where it always guides wherever your head is.
Yeah.
Content-aware filled normal John.
Absolutely. But yeah, so, I mean, I just opened the packs and, talked about how I felt about the newest set, the Phantom Rage set. I guess just real quick, I'll say I do really like this new set. It's weird because I'm not opposed to doing Yu-Gi-Oh stuff on here, but I'm doing it solo, and it's kind of hard to be like, where should I start? What should I say? What should I do? I don't know if anyone watching this really cares. It's very fresh. I'm breaking ground here pretty much just on the site, but I want to the thing that I guess I will say as an intro is new Yu-Gi-Oh sets are kind of hard to talk about in a bubble because you have to think about the new cards in how they add on to old archetypes. They made new archetypes, but they also made a bunch of new cards for old archetypes, and I'd say the highlights of this set are the new cards for old archetypes, plus one or two of the secret rares that are really good in general. There's that new Xyz monster that that I did pull, that I'm very happy about. That's like a $60-something card.
Spoilers.
There you go. That basically, if you summon it and then you remove some material from it, it destroys everything else in the field. Just
that
boom.
rules.
What?
Yeah. And then it also has an effect where, like, once per turn, you can just attach more stuff to it. So you could just, like, reload it, basically. So it'll just be ready to go. You can do it again later.
Prime the black hole machine.
Yeah, it's fucked up. So, there's just stuff like that. But, it's difficult to say what people want. I know that we ask for, hey, let us know how we're doing, all that stuff, but I think, for real, I definitely want some comments on this video. Like, the one thing that I definitely know you gotta do is I definitely need to get, like, a new webcam or something. My webcam is shit. It's really hard to see. I will look into that. I will definitely look into, like, what kind of setup I want to do if we keep doing this. But
everyone knows how a pilot episode works. You're good, John.
Yeah. I just, be understanding. But other than that, I want to hear what you all want me to do. Like, how do you want me to speak to you about these cards? Do you want me to be more teaching? Do you want me to just be like, oh shit, I pulled a good card? Like, what do you want from this? I will, I'm not going to completely bend to your will, but I want to have an idea of what kind of content people want from this sort of thing. And if you just think it sucks and you don't want me to do it anymore, I promise I won't. I'll just go back to buying my own packs and doing it in silence. It's okay. I don't mind that. But if you all like to watch this, and if Konami is cool with it and they want to keep, help these videos happen, then that's fine. I will keep doing it.
Yeah.
But, there you go. That's pretty much that. Just, be communicative. I mean, I would ask that y'all just be communicative in general. I'll make this plea now. We definitely need more reviews and stuff on iTunes and all that. That is something that would definitely be helpful for the site. Just to, get us out there, because, the more visible public interaction we have, the more likely people are going to work with us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's weird how that, of all metrics, is actually... normally we wouldn't, in the middle of a podcast, be like, hey, please, we need this thing. But, I'm just shocked, and it's weird to me from the back end of things, seeing, all of these folks that are like, how many iTunes reviews do you have? And I'm like, I haven't opened iTunes since I was 13. What are you talking about? iTunes is relevant still? Okay, but it really is. Fascinating, weird little tidbit of podcasting for a little behind the curtain there.
Yep. Leave those reviews, iTunes, Google Play. The review thing is shockingly important to PR people.
Yeah. So I'm sorry for e-begging here, but, anything
A little
helps.
behind the curtain, that's all good.
Yeah.
But
no, I'm excited for your Yugi tubing debut.
I am too. Just from knowing you and how excited you always are talking about Yu-Gi-Oh! And it's just no, I'm super excited to see this when it's done.
We'll see how it goes. Again, I want to see how it looks at the end of the day, but, we'll see.
I'm still excited for John Machonsky, normal-ass Yugi tuber.
Normal man. Okay, real quick, I guess I will also just go over the one bit of news that I pulled aside because, there's not really anything else going on because the consoles are next week. The consoles are next week! The consoles are next week!
Everyone, the consoles are next week!
We're
Wait,
an hour 10 into this.
week?
We're an hour 10 into this episode, and I didn't mention that the consoles were next week. But hey, guess what? The consoles are next week.
They're coming!
So there's not much to talk about this week, except, wow, the consoles are next week. I'll be getting a console next week. I'll be getting the PS5 next week, so that'll be what I talk about next week. I don't think neither of you are getting one, right?
No.
I'm good.
Okay.
I've got to
So
wait until another middle school student of mine, breaks their console and then is like, hey, Solon, do you want this broken console? And I fix it because it has, a bunch of, crackers jammed into the disk drive.
Of course.
And then that'll be how I get my next gen console like I usually do.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yep.
So the one bit of news here is that Among Us got patched. Which, hey, Among Us is great. Among Us is fun. That's cool. They added colorblind support for the wire fixing tasks.
Yay!
They made it so there's like little symbols next to the thing, so you can match up symbols instead of the colors, or if there are also just different color like options and all that. They added some more accessories to the discussion lobby. So if you have like an item on your head, it'll actually appear while you're talking in the like little chat room and not just like when you're walking around.
Cute.
Yeah. They also added some new toggle features like anonymous voting, so you can't see who voted for who at the end of the vote. Which
now we're talking.
Fun. You can also turn off the taskbar so people won't know how many tasks have been done. Or you could just, not have it go in real time. There's all kinds of things you can do. They did release, a roadmap, which, they said that there were going to be more colorblind support, more localization. They're going to add that new map, the Henry Stickmin map, because, hey, they made that Henry Stickmin game. They want people to enjoy it. Yeah, they're just doing that. They want to add accounts. So I guess if you buy it at one place, you can just have that same account and any of the items that you bought in one place, you'll have them in the other place. Like if you play it on mobile or whatever. And I guess they're gonna try to work on the hackers and all that. That's pretty much it.
Yeah.
This is such a modest update for a video game that I still think is quaint and modest, but does become mainstream game news.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm just always really proud of them.
Yeah, good for them. Good for them. All right, Christine, is there anything else you want to discuss or
Yeah, there are a couple of things I want to hit just really quick. The Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity has a demo there on that eShop. It's not good.
Yeah. What? Wait, what?
Yeah, I say that as somebody who really liked Hyrule Warriors, but I'm not I mean, it's a beta, or a demo, so demos sometimes for a game like that, maybe it's just not giving me enough to see if it actually plays well or not, but it
might be an early build of things or something.
Yeah. I don't like the way attacks come out, the way it flows. It just doesn't feel good. Which, is a bad thing for a Dynasty Warriors game, because the entire point of most of those is I want the attacks to still feel good when they come out. And this one I'm not feeling it.
That was one of the only games I was actually kind of looking forwards to trying, at least,
before
the end of the year.
I'm not feeling it, which sucks, because, that first Hyrule Warriors is a good, fun game.
Yeah, the first one's really good, and I don't want to think Breath of the Wild is, somehow tainting anything that it touches.
I mean, it already killed the Skyrim genre, so...
yeah, it didn't kill the Genshin Impact genre, so maybe there's some hope there.
Yeah, finally a good one of those.
I don't know. I don't want to think that... if Age of Calamity sucks, then I don't know. I guess we'll just go back to playing more Hyrule Warriors, because that game has infinite unlocks, so...
Yeah, maybe it'll be good when it finally is done, but I'm not feeling it right now. And then just really quick, I wanted to hit on a short little thing of comic book news that really made me happy the other day.
Oh, what's the comic news?
Which was Grant Morrison, classic X-Men, Superman, written everything in the world, from Animal Man to freaking Doom Patrol, came out as non-binary, gender fluid. We've known this kind of forever, but
what?
But Grant Morrison, you still, it's Grant Morrison, you gendered them.
Oops, you
always
them.
Used a gender with them when no, it's they them. now, like officially, and like the interview where he came out officially, like
where they came out
is super adorable. Like,
Aww.
They're just so excited that there's a word for what they are now. That language has evolved to the point where they can be like, no, I'm non-binary gender fluid. It's just this really nice feeling of, hey, there's a word for what I am now, and I can get it out there. And I mean, that's what's been like for me on that same journey, where it's like, there's a word for what this is. There's a word for this feeling now, and it's so nice seeing other people come to that same realization where they finally have something that they can describe themselves, and they're so happy about it. It really perked up my day yesterday.
So Grant Morrison is one of the few comic books writers that I've actually read quite a lot of. I'm a big fan of them. I don't read a lot of books, but, Grant Morrison just has incredible work throughout. The Animal Man run is still just something that I always look back on. Like, yeah, comics are actually good. I don't know if anyone knew this, but yeah. So seeing Grant Morrison come out like this at, 50, 60 years old or something? Is incredible.
Yeah.
That's the most, hopeful and uplifting thing that I've really heard this week.
It made me so happy just seeing the joy that they had in having as I said, having a word. It's
hell yeah, Grant.
It's so nice to see that kind of joy with somebody. And anyway, that was just a little piece of news I wanted to hit that made my day a lot better. And it's cheery, good news.
It's good. Okay. Solon, is there anything else you want to talk about, or should we go to questions?
Yeah, before we go to questions, okay. I've got an article I'm putting together this week about it, but I also played another smaller indie game this week that was really, really cool and fun, called Extreme Meat Punks Forever.
Yeehaw.
Season 2, Bound by Ash, all in caps.
Wow, all right, that's a name.
Yeah, it's this is kind of their second season of this game, but it's by Heather Flowers and one of the the main person, Colin, who made Luca, one of my games of the year from 2019, or 2018, excuse me, a long time ago now. And the whole game was it's like a 5-episode visual novel with some combat scenes where you play a Luca-esque type of combat, but it's kind of like Super Smash Brothers flavored.
Okay.
And it's really nice. Just an amazing game that's gotten me thinking a lot about just where we're at right now as far as, queer scenes, found families, body autonomy, a lot of the same kinds of queer politics stuff that they were thinking about in the first season, the first version of Extreme Meat Punks Forever. But on top of it, it's just been a lot cleaner, a lot nicer. It's been updated a whole bunch. And so this game that I just kind of picked up out of nowhere during the itch.io bundle for racial justice, I picked this game up. They had a Kickstarter come out, and I wanted to help support the Kickstarter. And then the second season came out. And I was just like, wow, you can just make visual novels like this. Not only in a seasonal kind of, not syndicated, serialized format, but also ones that are just unabashedly loud, that are prideful and exciting and aren't trying to be kind of coy or demure about their ideas on what dating can look like.
Sure.
There's a lot of visual novels are like, oh, we'll blush at each other and we'll, date each other. And this game's just no, we're gonna rip the guts out of our enemies, and then we're gonna save each other from giant gods that are trying to slay us. And then we're gonna hold each other, and we're gonna die together or not die together. And it was just this big, I don't even know how to describe it. Just it was a lot of fun. It was a nice kind of like almost Netflix style season of a very small visual novel. And I had such a good time with it. And everyone that I was kind of reading along with me on that on stream was just like, wow, what a captivating and delightful game that is entirely centered on beating up fascists and getting into machines and mechs made out of meat that sync up to your, spinal columns, and it gets all like gory, and it just was like, hey, a little bit of metal for our week. A little bit of metal and a little bit of sanity during a week that was otherwise very full of a lot of chaos and a lot of politics and things that, for me, just I have almost no value for. And so, yeah, I'm going to write up a little essay about it in the next week, and you're going to see a bunch more queer politics stuff on the Chooch timeline. So look out for that.
Yeah. Thank you.
It was extreme. It was Meat Punks, and it really was forever. I think they might be keeping going with this for a very long time.
I kind of hope so. Like, that was a fun watch that made me immediately go and download it, so.
All right, let's go to questions. If you want to send in a question, go to videogamechoochoo.tumblr.com/ask. And you'll sound like these fine folks are here. All right, so we got a lot of console questions, but we also got a lot of bullshit questions. Should we do the bullshit questions, or should we do the console questions first?
Let's talk consoles. Let's talk business.
All right.
Because it's that's the hype right now. Is like we only have so little time to speculate, and all my speculation juice is at the brim. I need to speculate so much.
I don't think there's really any speculation anymore because the reviews are out, the videos are out there. You can see these consoles. You can see them work now.
I'm not done.
All right. Well, here we go. Anonymous asks, how much longer will the console system last in your opinion? And do you think Microsoft and Sony will adopt portable consoles like Nintendo uses? I'll answer the second one first. No, because Nintendo gets away with it because they're Nintendo. Sony tried that with the Vita and it sunk. And Microsoft isn't going to try to do that shit because they're Microsoft. But the first part, how much longer do you think console systems will last? I think as long as things continue to go the way that they are going, which I'm sure they will, I think that consoles don't really have a reason to stop. Just for one simple reason. Because PCs are better. Using a PC is a better experience, but you have to set up that experience. You have to figure out that experience. You have to finagle around with that experience all the time. Consoles, you plug it in, it works. That's it. The fact that you can plug in a console and it works makes it a better sell to most of the population than anything else you could say. Like, if PCs kept improving and they just released new if consoles didn't continue improving and PCs did, consoles would still keep selling as long as the games just worked out of the box.
Yeah.
I 100% believe that. It is just how easy it is to use consoles. The easier you make consoles, the easier it is to use a console, the more likely people will buy it. That is pretty much it.
Now, I disagree a little bit with that conceit, but I do agree with your final premise. I don't agree that PCs are that hard to maintain anymore. And so I don't think that this is actually like a consumer level reason for why a console system continues to last. I actually think the console system will continue to last for a very, very long time, because of the meta construction of the industry itself for how we make games works really, really well on an 8 to 10 year cycle that is reliable. And consoles as a package to deliver that experience is really reliable for everyone above the consumer. And I think that's why the console system will last forever, is that it gives you that 8 to 10 year period where a game company can, make 2 or 3 games and then upgrade those 2 or 3 games to 20 or so years later, 2 console generations later, reliably every time. And so because we've seen for the last, 8 or so cycles, this very consistent updating of old games as well as building of new games. I think that the console system as it is, even without a portable console side, is really reliable and really sustainable.
Yeah. Pretty much there's no arguing with that. Also part of why the console market is never going to go away is partially because of, Nintendo, but also partially because of that, the exclusivity of consoles. If I want to play... if I want to play something that Sony makes, I have to, if I want to play the new Spider-Man, I have to buy a PlayStation. I can't get it on PC. I can't get it on Xbox. I have to buy a PS4 or a PS5. I have to have that. And I don't think that's going to change anytime soon, as long as more than one company is in the business. If it was just Nintendo making consoles, there's a chance Sony might go, okay, yeah, we're just going to make our stuff for PC now. But the fact that there is a competitor in there...
That's a good point.
You're going to want... They are going to compete for our dollars, and while Microsoft is going, hey, if you buy this here, you can get it on PC for anything that's exclusive to them now. Sony still isn't doing that because, Microsoft knows, hey, we're still going to get money from our games if you buy it on PC. Sony is like, no, you're going to not just give us the money for the console, you're going to give us the money for the game. It's why, console wars are why consoles will always exist. Because there are still people out there that are like, oh, you stupid Xbot or whatever, I play scum or whatever.
No, see, I think that's all another reason why actually the consumer is not really the deciding value on why consoles keep getting made, because I don't really think there is much value in any console war.
Yeah, I mean, that
gets consumers fired up, but I don't think at the end of the day that they don't end up just buying any and all consoles that they wanted anyways.
Yeah, but there still is that. I have friends who still are like, why would I buy a PlayStation? Microsoft has Halo, and the other way around, where it's just like, y'all are weird, but this is why the console stuff is going to exist forever. And yeah, mobile's never coming back from any of those companies, because they're just going, if they do anything, it's going to be like, hey, we released a thing that lets you play mobile cloud through the cloud. Play your Xbox games through the cloud. A NVIDIA Shield, if you will. Honestly, that's the only thing that isn't Nintendo that will have a mobile in the mobile system in the future, is one of them maybe doing a cloud-based thing.
All right.
That's a very good question, Anonymous. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Morad asks, if you had to pick a console to console you after a traumatic event, which console would you pick to console you the best? Any gen?
What is the console of consolation?
PlayStation 2, because it gives me all the Suikoden's, and I'll just feel better.
I want the GameCube because its perfect cubeness will just it'll keep my feet down on the ground. I'll just be like, okay, yeah, you're a cube, we're good.
Y'all are sick and twisted.
All right, then what's
pigeonholing yourself into some very, very specific consoles? Anyway, the PlayStation 1, because it has literally every game ever.
I mean, that's why I said the PlayStation 2, because I can play all my PlayStation 1 games and my PlayStation 2 games.
Nah, that seems like cheating. That seems like
you could go with one of the backwards compatible PlayStation 3s, and then I could play all the stuff I'd ever want.
I think I would just go into Chrono Cross and just, jam for a long time. That's a nice thing to do after if something bad happens. You get down in the dirt and you're going to be out for, a month, 2 months. Mm-hmm. Such a perfect game for that.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. The console wars are here. Which console would make the best weapon? So if we're talking about the current consoles, so we're talking Switch, PS5, Xbox Series X, Xbox Series S. I'd say Series X. It is just a big fucking box. It is a big, heavy box. You could lift that thing up and you could chuck it. You could chuck that motherfucker at somebody. Easy peasy.
Yeah, you're in like berserker mode. This is a two-handed weapon. I'm gonna put it on the end of a stick and I'm gonna start bludgeoning people.
Yeah, like the PS5 is huge.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. PS5 is huge. PS5 definitely you could do something with it. You can swing that shit around.
It's legitimately much larger. You put that PS5 on the end of a rod, you got like an extra foot of swing space range.
Yeah, but that's like slicing damage. That's a whole different like archetype. You're gonna put that on the end of the stick. Now you've got what are those called? The like Sung Mina's weapons? They're like falchions or naginatas. Yeah, you basically made a big ass cyber naginata. Sony naginata. What? I respect that choice too, though. That would, that'd be powerful.
I mean, I'm gonna go for range, and the PlayStation 5 is gonna give me that range. The Xbox One X, I mean, it's a big blocky thing, but it's not actually that big. Or Xbox Series X, I'm fucking confused.
I know, it's really confusing.
I think the Series X is the perfect throwing weapon. I think you toss that at somebody and they're dead.
Yeah, you got them in one.
Yeah, like that. I think you could like knock a hole through somebody throwing that at somebody.
Just shot put my Series X at your face.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna make a weird choice and go with the Switch here.
Okay.
Because for the price of any of those other consoles, I could get like 3 or 4 Switch Lites. And if we start going aftermarket, if we start going like used stuff, I could get so many of those, and it would make such a perfect like throwing weapon that I could just quickly dish out to keep spacing away from these big bludgeoning and like destructive other consoles.
It's gonna beat you to death with my Switch. Pokemon, go to sleep, motherfucker.
All
right.
That's basically it.
All right, let's go on to the insane questions here. All right. Harlequin Wheels asks, if there was a Persona game that took place over the course of 2020, what would some of the dungeons, bosses, or timed events be? I.e., X days until Y happens and it's game over.
Ooh.
All right. So I feel like Wheels is asking this because yesterday was fucked up.
Yep.
It was like in an interesting kind of fun way, because it was like, okay, the election has shifted enough that it has become pretty obvious that Biden's going to win. Plus, Supernatural ended and it was fucking insane and everyone was yelling about that. And then there was rumors that Putin was going to step down, which that's not actually true, or at the very least it doesn't seem like it is, but all that just happened like at once. And so everyone was just kind of going nuts about it.
System of a Down released a new music.
They did, yes. Yeah, they did.
Okay.
So I guess, that does kind of feel like a big Persona moment. Like, okay, yeah, no, this is, there's just all kinds of shit happening at once. And it's like we cleared 2020's palace yesterday and shit like came crumbling down. I don't know. I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't want to be too like easy about it, because I feel like if we do that, we're just going to start like talking about, oh man, this is the craziest memes of 2020. Like, hey everybody, you remember Tiger King? Oh man, what if it was the Tiger King Palace? That's crazy. I don't know shit about Tiger King. I didn't watch that. I don't want to fucking do that. No, I don't want to do that.
What? Maybe it could be like a Persona game where a lot of the events you can actually like fix these events that happened in 2020. You could do some healing. You could actually work to defund all of the police and
make people put on a fucking mask.
Make people put on a mask, yeah.
But considering it's a Persona game, my bet is you'd be doing all these like cool leftist, let's fix all these problems, and then in the end, it would turn out that you all go, actually, the status quo was great the way it was.
Let's just work with the police.
Yeah, why don't we just help the cops now? Let's give them all the money we made fighting those monsters. Let's just give it to the cops. They can use it to, oppress people a little bit more. I think that's good, because we're a Persona game and we can't actually follow through on our themes.
Yeah, no, it's been a wild year, and it would actually, I feel like it would make for some interesting Persona-esque set-piece type things, where just so much is happening, you can kind of keep those plates spinning.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, I'm down to give Sai from Persona 5 money, because, she's pretty. Alright, let's move on. Alright, someone just asked if Mario would smoke a cigar, like other dads.
Yeah.
I don't think Mario's a dad, but I could see him smoking a cigar.
Yeah, Mario totally smokes cigars.
Luigi smokes weed.
I can't see 8-bit pixel Mario smoking a fat stogie.
I'm sorry, have you seen that mustache?
I just don't
that
see it.
That motherfucker
He's
smokes
just so
cigars.
Small. He's tiny and the cigar would be so big. Well, okay, maybe I need to break this down. Like, I could see him, maybe smoking a cigarette like a fine Italian gentleman. But like a big cigar? I don't think that's him. I'm actually... Which Mario is the fine cigar chomping? Who's the richest Mario who constantly is, smoking big old cigars? And who's the weed Mario?
I mean,
it's Galaxy.
I think Luigi smokes weed. I'm just gonna say, Luigi smokes weed.
Mario's smoking that cigar. Luigi with the giant fat blunt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those are the different Mario characters of the Mario family. No, I'm saying which Mario game Mario is if you got all the Mario games together.
Mario 3 is a cigar.
Mm.
Yeah, I can see that.
Mario Odyssey is weed.
Really? Yeah. He's on some PCP. He's on some big kid stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Mario Sunshine is PCP because you got to be on fucking super drugs to think that game is good. No, I'm kidding.
He's got his water bong on his back, my guy.
Yeah.
He's all about the 4 elements, and one of those elements is paint.
Yeah.
He's fucking huffing paint.
Ooh. Be safe, Mario Sunshine Mario.
Mario.
Paper Mario Color Splash is the paint huffer.
Yeah.
Oy. Yeah, how's Paper Mario doing? Is he on that grass? Because I'd be worried about his health.
He's doing bad.
I'm pretty sure Paper Mario is probably just on shrooms.
Yep. Also, congratulations on decriminalizing that in Oregon.
Yeah. That's
big news.
I thought that there was one state that I thought legalized shrooms, but Oregon decriminalized all most hard drugs, and it's just oh yeah, it's like $100 fine, and then they help you go into rehab.
It's a $100 fine and free treatment.
Yeah, which, you know what? I mean, I don't know about the fine, but treatment's good.
Yeah,
treatment's good. Yeah. Anyway, Anonymous asks, question from Soul and Stream for the Chooch folks. If you had to be a normal grunt enemy in Dracula's castle in a Castlevania, which would you be?
Oh, yeah, they asked this question a lot. I want to hear what y'all think.
I'd be the knight jacking off on a Segway.
I'm sorry, I played a lot of these games all month, and what did you just describe?
The knight jacking off on a Segway?
No, that's not in there. What are you talking about?
The knight on the Segway from the 5th level of frickin' Oh God, which one is it? It's not
This is
Rondo.
like Castlevania 4?
It's one of the really shitty ones.
Like Castlevania Bloodlines or something?
Yeah,
Bloodlines is good.
I think it was Bloodlines, but there's literally a knight that just fucking rolls around on a Segway with its hand pumping.
All right.
Oh, you know what? You are right.
Yeah.
What? Well, that's you now. All right, have fun in that castle. You're just going to be wheeling back and forth. Really vibing and feeling yourself.
I guess so.
Dracula's scariest threat, self-pleasure.
I'm gonna be. I want to be one of those just like plants that are sticking out of the ground that are a complete bastard to kill, just because I want to be a because I just want to be a bastard to kill. Yes.
We used that in the first DS one, I think. Or was that dual? I don't remember. We used that. There was a boss enemy who copies all of your own abilities.
Dawn of Sorrow.
That is Dawn of Sorrow.
Yes.
And he copies your abilities, and so we had him copy the useless-ass plant, and we just had him, like, walk into his own plants over and over, and he died. And I was like, oh, this is the best boss fight ever. If we'd used any of the other things, he would get much more aggressive using them against us, but because it was the basic, normal plant enemy, which are actually very deadly in a lot of these games, it was perfect. I love that little grass enemy. They're very chill.
Yeah.
And you get thrown around by sick, cool plant ladies all the time.
Boy, do I wish that I could do that. What's your answer, Solon?
There was a couple of them that I was really captivated by.
All right, hit
I
us.
think the slimes were really cool. The big paintings that come and attack you.
Oh, yeah.
Those
Just
were really good.
Really nice portrait of you.
Just, hey. Isn't that a thing in Bloodstained where, like, Kickstarter backers?
It was backers, yeah.
That seems weird.
And
I don't know if that would age
let's
well.
also not forget, they also paid to get their pets in the game so that there are photorealistic giant cats.
Oh, that's good.
It is good.
That is. There are the witches, too, that summon cats and get to be cats, and I think that's delightful.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, though, through all of those characters. I remember picking one, and I don't remember what it is now, even though that was a week ago, but time is all blending together.
Sure is.
I'm just glad I remember all these Castlevanias as well as I do. There's a lot of them.
My real answer is I'd be one of the fairies, just because they're kind of cute and also, like, really helpful. It's like, hey, the door's here. The door's here. You know, there's a secret wall. Break it open.
You know what? I really liked the Flea Men. I thought they were very funny.
All right.
That one's the one.
Okay.
I wanted to see more Flea Men and more different Flea Men types, like 3 Flea Men in a trench coat kind of stuff.
Right. Okay. I did actually miss a console question.
Oh, yeah.
I apologize. Cello Buster says,
Yeah.
nothing lasts forever. Out of the current big 3 game companies, which do you think will be knocked out of the console business first?
Ooh.
It's a little hard to say. Because I feel like the answer's a little weird. Microsoft and Sony are both kept afloat through other things, but Microsoft is having a lot more success just in general right now. Like, I feel like everything is going pretty well for Microsoft, including their games. But for Sony right now, it seems like everything but their games is floundering. So it's almost like, I would say Sony, but not because the PlayStation fails, but just because Sony in general fails. Like, if Sony keeps like floundering and going down and down and down, I can see them just being like, yeah, we're not going to make a PS6, not because the PS5 failed, but just because everything else failed and we have no more money. Like, that's pretty much it. I
kind of feel like it's going to be Microsoft, just because they're eventually going to be like, we're already pretty much just selling PCs. Like, Eventually them just going, okay, we're going to make our own proprietary PC like a Steam machine.
I guess, but I don't know.
Where instead of where Xbox goes from being a console to an app.
I could see that.
So, like, if you want your closed box, you can still buy that, but you'll also be able to hook a keyboard and mouse to it and whatever.
Now, how about this? On the other hand, given a long enough timeline, I think Sony and Microsoft are super stubborn, and they're just going to, go into the PlayStation 89 and a half. They're just going to keep going until the heat death of capitalism, and I think that they're just really stubborn. I think that Nintendo at some point is going to pivot so hard they forget they make games.
Jump right back into Hanafuda cards.
Exactly my thought. That they're just going to be like, you know what? The card industry's going great in the year 3075. What if we just cards? And then they'll keep spinning out further and further away. And then people are going to be like, remember when Nintendo used to make video games?
Yeah,
what
but then Final Fantasy 69 just didn't work out for them and they had to shut down.
Shame that was. I think meanwhile they're just going to be on the Xbox Series X Type X system number XX.
All right, last question. Why the fuck did this person send this in? Whoever it is, kiss my ass. Anonymous asks, is this really the end of Supernatural, or do you think we'll get some spin-offs or streaming exclusives in the near future? I hope it's fucking over.
Wait, what?
I hope it's fucking over. I don't have a major opinion about Supernatural, but seeing
Wait, are we supposed to have Supernatural opinions? What podcast is this?
No, we're not. But I'm just gonna say, I saw that fucking ending. That shit sucked.
God, it's so fucking bad.
If they like that, they're on crack. That's terrible. Terrible.
Why have people seen this? It's the year 2020. Supernatural ended like 4 or 5 years ago.
No, it just ended.
What?
It just ended.
Okay, I thought this was like a Tumblr thing. Like, I was in the Tumblr inbox. Haha, let's have a Supernatural. It's been going on?
Mm-hmm. Nope, it still hasn't ended until now.
Is it over now?
God, I hope so. Just bury it in
If it's been going on this whole time, I don't think it could possibly ever end. I think it'll just keep persisting. Like a scum on the bottom of a pool.
No more.
No
more. That was a twisted question, John. I didn't know we fielded those kinds of questions. Now I'm going to have to study up, I think.
We don't.
Oh, thank God.
Solon's starting a podcast with watching 27 seasons of Supernatural.
You can do that not on Chooch. You can do that on another website.
I don't want to do that.
Then
I think I'd rather smash my face into a brick wall than watch more Supernatural.
Then let's not. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. If you want to keep up with all of us, follow us on Twitter at VGChuchu. We've got a Tumblr, videogamechuchu.tumblr.com. Facebook page. We have a YouTube page, youtube.com. Type that into your search bar, Video Game Chuchu. We're there. You can hang out with us on Discord, thegamezone.zone. Type that into your web browser and it'll bring you straight there. There you go. Of course, you can also listen to our theme song Crush off of the album Magic is Real, plus plenty more music if you listen to Magic Circuit or Melt Channel. There's the two artists, groups, whatever you want to call them. meltchannel.bandcamp.com, magic-circuit.bandcamp.com. Keep an eye out for those Bandcamp days. We're recording this on a Bandcamp Friday, so we can't exactly give you the heads up, but keep up with that. I think it's every first Friday now.
Yep.
First Friday of the month. Hop on that. Buy the music. Give it to them because they deserve it. Good ass music. Just good ass music all around. It's fun. It's very fun. Also, if you want to give us money, go to patreon.com/VGCC. It's $3 a month, and you'll be able to get early access to Chuchigatri Unlimited Train Works, our anime podcast, plus other stuff we're working on. We're trying to work on more stuff. I feel like we have kind of crested a hill, and we're working on things again, and it is feeling more normal. It is just feeling more normal right now, so we are going to keep working.
Yep. Yeah, we've got a lot of things in the works now. It feels really nice.
And I hope you all listening keep working. I hope everyone listening takes any wins that they can and pushes forward and helps each other out, and that we can all come together and make things better. Because, you know, the whole election thing happening and how people came together for that, I hope people bring that energy and more energy than that into the future to actually make a change and make things progress better, bring progressive ideas to the forefront. And if you're not in America, try to do that too, wherever you are. And let's just all work together. That's all I want to say. It's super basic, but it is what I believe. So, you know, thank you all for listening. I guess I should let you two shout yourselves out. Solon, where can we find you?
Oh, yeah, you can find me at SolanFace on Twitter or on twitch.tv/SolanFace. That's the place where we do streams and play funny games for a very, very long time, all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And you can find me at twitter.com/JudgmentScythe and twitch.com/JudgmentScythe and, you know, just about everywhere as Judgment Scythe, because I've unified my social media, finally.
That feels so good.
Mm-hmm. Really does.
Mm-hmm.
All right. And you can find me at JOHN_MICHONSKI. And that's it, yes. Thank you for listening, everyone, and we'll be back next week with another episode of the Video Game Choo Choo Podcast. So long!